Hi, this is Peter,
Hi, this is Sandra.
and we are medievalist.net.
Hi, and we're here today to do a quick review of.
World Without End.
It felt like an episode without end. Honestly, I was actually really looking forward to watching this, and it didn't do it for me. This is the first time I will say that I've been really kind of disappointed by Violet.
I think I was disappointed, but for like different reasons than as we kind of talked about earlier. Like as we were watching, but this was Ken Follett's like second miniseries, and getting taking back people to Kingsbridge. Now it's now set in the 14th century, where it begins. With the
157 years after Pillars of the Earth.
Yeah, and we have now Isabella and Roger Mortimer on the throne. So and well, Edward III, kind of like under their control.
Right. So it starts off with a chase and two young men seeing a knight kill his attackers or pursuers. And they take him in, and he asks for sanctuary because he's got a terrible secret. And so it kind of starts, and it started off kind of exciting and interesting, and there's definitely a lot of kind of brutal medieval violence.
Just some gore in it.
Gore.
Especially a nice kind of scene of taking out an arrow of a guy's arm. Which was...
Yeah, and there's some execution stuff. It's all good fun. And you would think that kind of thing would sort of keep you glued to your screen, but it just kind of really didn't grab me.
Yeah,
I just kind of like floated in and out of the show the entire time.
There's kind of these two stories that are kind of running parallel. One is these events going on in Kingsbridge. You've got these kind of
Caris, the main protagonist, the young girl,
and these basically her and her family and their kind of trials and tribulations. And
I haven't read the book. Just to give you a heads up, so if any of you have read the book and you're looking for, unlike when I do Game of Thrones, I've read the series, but I haven't read this one, so I can't compare to the book, so I'm not going to do a compare to the book description. But I did enjoy Charlotte Riley, who is Caris. Mm-hmm. Did you like her?
Yeah. She has this kind of neat scene where she's obviously shows how smart she is and how can she how knows how to bind a wound where the old monk has no idea. I love that. Let's put some dyeing on it. That'll cure. So yeah, you get the already feeling that she's a smart lass.
A smart lass. Yes, a smart lass and an interesting one. We have Cynthia Nixon, who, if you're a Sex and the City fan, you're like, yeah, Cynthia Nixon's in World Without End. I hate to say it, her accent sucks. It's not the greatest. Her British accent, it's kind of, I don't know. It sounds really fake. I love her as an actress, but I don't like her accent. And she's a scheming mother of Godwyn, the monk. She's trying to further their position in life and kind of does some underhanded and nasty things, and she's kind of sleazy. So her character's interesting. I just couldn't get over the fact that her accent was annoyingly bad.
I kind of just hearing all these British accents. It's like, well, it's like it doesn't bother me one way or the other if people have fake accents. They all kind of sound a little fake, anyways. So they're kind of talking medieval.
Can't tell.
Well, I'm terrible.
Yeah, no. Yeah, hers was pretty atrocious. And other than that, Sir Roland was Peter Firth. He is an interesting character. I enjoyed watching him. And I enjoyed watching the young man who plays Edward III. I believe his name is Blake Ritson. He's been in, I think, Mansfield Park and Emma in 2009 and 2007. And he did a really not a bad job of doing Edward III, and kind of comes in and is at one point and is like, I'm on to you, Mom. Yes. And you're a whore. That was like, he had the best line of the show. He's like, you know what? You're a whore. And you're my mom. You can't be both. There's a great line when he confronts Isabella in the bedroom. He grabs her lover, Mortimer, and drags him out of the bed, and kind of, there's Mortimer's done in a rather unhistorical and Hollywood fashion.
Well, yeah, this is one of my biggest kind of problem with this
historicity of it.
It wasn't that I don't mind how they avoid having a trial and stuff like that, because that takes too long, but and it's not good TV. But I was trying to get all involved in this Edward III is he has to figure out how to get past his scheming mom and his scheming the guy who killed his father, Mortimer, but basically he's I was kind of expecting that this was going to be the main theme for the kind of series, because we have this guy that escapes to Kingsbridge, and they're about we're going to have to go on and kill this guy, and the next scene is that's the end of Mortimer.
It's resolved.
And it's all resolved.
Neatly.
Yeah, it's all resolved, and
in one episode.
I was like,
the entire story of Isabella and Roger Mortimer. Like that.
And I assume that this book, now I'm thinking this book probably is something that's going to stretch for a long period, maybe generations or something like that. Because
I'm thinking I have to read the book, because there's some things about the show that are bothering me, like the quick wrap up of something that historically kind of goes on for a long time. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try and get onto the book soon, because I need that comparison, knowing that there's a book out there to compare to. Yeah,
the whole kind of Edward III, Mortimer, Isabella kind of scene goes on for 3 years before, and this seems to seem like this happened in about 3 days.
The Cracker Jack version of that situation.
And so it's I've kind of was, my history mind is just a little confused on here, on what they're trying to do, but I assume this they want to drag the people and say, oh, look all this great stuff that's happening,
I think there's a pivotal piece we're missing here, but I mean, did I hate it? No. Did I love it? Hell no. I just kind of thought it was okay. Honestly, it wasn't wow, I can't wait to tune in next week. I will, because I'm willing to give it a chance, but I just kind of think that for a pilot, I was excited. It's medieval, it's Ken Follett, it's all this jazzed up. And one of my close friends was like, hey, you gotta, watch this. I put it in my calendar, and then I watched, and I almost hit snooze. So I'm sort of hoping for something better next Tuesday.
Yeah, I was underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed! That's the word I wanted. Underwhelmed.
Thank you. I was underwhelmed with everything here. I didn't find any of the stories particularly captivating. I didn't find any of the characters really
You didn't like Caris?
She was okay. I feel sorry. I actually feel compassionate, because she's getting screwed over already, and you can see how much she's going to get screwed over.
Did you like Edward though?
Edward was a good guy. It's I just didn't expect him to become Edward III, the powerful King of England, by the end of this episode. So. So it's all kind of
power from 0 to 5 seconds.
Will we be seeing the Battle of Cressy next week? I don't know.
In 15 minutes.
Yes. Edwards, and meanwhile that monk,
Godwyn.
no, the guy who's fled to the become as a monk.
Oh, Thomas
Like,
Langley.
what is Thomas's story over with now? Like, is he no longer important because is he just gonna live his life as a monk now?
Again, I think this is some
Yeah.
pivotal piece. It means time to download the ebook or what have you, and
No.
and start reading it.
I suppose, yeah, which is not a good sign, because I'm not a fast reader, so.
Well, here's the thing too. I kind of feel like the fact that I feel I need to read the book. Not that I mind. I always think that the book is probably better than the show. Even if you take something like Game of Thrones, which I think is being conveyed really well in on screen. I still, like the book better, but I don't feel watching that show that things don't get explained properly. This show, I think, confused me because I think that the fact that I feel I need to read the book to have things explained is just, if it was conveyed in a...
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need,
Yeah.
Where's the Coles notes for this?
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have to. I will, but I shouldn't have to if it's well put together enough to explain the story.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that.
I think both of us are going into the show. No, we haven't read the book, so we don't know about that. But we know about the history. We know. So we have these kind of set expectations on what's going to happen, at least with the larger trend.
Right.
I have no idea what's going to happen with these peasants in Kingsbridge. I don't know if they're not peasants, but
yeah.
They and I know there should be something with the church, because isn't that the church a main character of the first series, the building of the church of this cathedral, which
we'll see.
So I was kind of expecting something with that. I think maybe one guy's going to be a builder or something like that.
So tune in with us next week. Hopefully we'll have a bit of a better review for you.
Yeah,
I'm hoping it improves, because it's always nice to have a little medieval on your TV screen.
Yes.
So, but interesting medieval.
And we don't want this to be actual work for us. So.
Exactly, we want this to be play and fun.
Yeah.
So tune in with us. We're in Canada, so it's on Showcase here.
Yeah.
It will be premiering in the US on October 17th on something called Reels, and in the UK it will be premiering on your Channel 4. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in with us.
And good to be doing reviews with you again after a summer hiatus.
Yes, welcome back to review season. So we'll see you soon.